Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? It's Papa Bale, and I've got one layer of one half of my Newman motor done. Now, since I only have one spool that I'm using for this project, I need a lot more copper on there. What am I gonna do? So, what I suggest to myself is that I turn each layer into its own coil, and then I can connect those coils via a series circuit, or not, or I don't do that. See, with this method, I feel like I have options. I like options. Options are bad. I like options. Hell yeah. Bad is good. Yay, bad. That's pretty dope. So it'll probably go this way, based on its imbalances. Am I gonna do it over again? Uh, I'm becoming renowned for saying fuck no. I've already done it twice. I'm not doing it again. Unless it works and runs, and then I'll do it again. I'll make it better if it works. That's all I'm trying to get it to do this time, is work. I don't care how well it works. Can I clip it right now? Make the second end, hook it up to a transistor and a power supply. Oh, I see. So I'll need to make at least 2 wraps. I wish I had a minimum that a trigger coil could be. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do what I suggested now. I'm gonna cut this because I don't have any way to trigger it. So I'm gonna do a 32 gauge strand, probably 2 layers. Just right in there. And then I'll make ends for those. Ah, man. But it got me thinking. So before I do any cutting or whatever, let me know if I'm on the right track. I need a trigger coil built into this baby. Or will that not work? I'm thinking that there's some way that once I do the top one and I hook it up a certain way, it'll work. That's what I think happens. Now that I'm being more, thinking about it a little more. Alright, so maybe I'll just do the top one then. And we'll see. I'm going to duct tape the first layer down. I'm just showing you that it is pretty uniform. I have no idea how many turns that is. I wish I knew, but I really don't care. I'm going to measure the ohms, because that's how we're going to measure it. Basically, the ohms is each time I do a layer, that's adding that many ohms. Roughly, it's going to be. I don't care about the freaking decimal point, man. I don't care. It's like, wow, man, this stuff is gonna melt before we get efficiency. Okay, it's just, and if efficiency is less power, this thing is already pretty efficient, or that thing is. I swear to God, it runs on 10, 15 milliamps max. It weighs about 3.5 pounds. It can't get any more efficient, really. I mean, all of the coils are within the intense part of the magnetic field of every magnet on the rotor. How can you get more efficient than that? Oh, you mean it's got to go 4,000 RPMs? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it won't. I promise. This thing is never going to go that fast. But yeah, I'm down to like do stuff. And this thing is never going to run on its own power. Never going to happen. Um, this is why it'll never work, because when you turn this off or take this out of the equation, the power supply, and that's what I mean by running on its own power, you turn the power supply freaking off. Then you got some free energy. Okay? Then your energy's free. You're not using anything to. And batteries don't count. Batteries just like having a power supply. Get your head out of the sand. It's all electricity. It's all a spark. It's all a source. All of it's not free. Or am I totally wrong about that? I've debated with myself time and time again, but I know for a fact that when you turn this off, you're going to stop. You are going to stop. Uh, Capacitor bank, battery bank, power supply, it's all a spark, and none of it's free. Okay? You charged up your capacitors somehow. The batteries got charged up somehow. And whether or not it's perpetual after the fact doesn't matter. That's my challenge. You start with a power supply or battery, and you're not throwing energy between two batteries. That's not what we're doing here. We're taking the battery out of the equation. Then it's free. Then you got free energy. It's the only thing that makes sense to me, and it's impossible. I've tried at least 10,000 different ways of doing that, and every time you turn the power supply off, you're done. Every time you take the battery away, you're done. Every time you put the capacitor in the box, you're done. It's over. Until we can get past that barrier, and you can't use any of the energy that's being generated by your machine to compensate for this energy, because it's already in the equation. It's already there, man. It's already spoken for. The BEMF, the EMF, it's all already spoken for, whether you have it hooked up or not. You can't then hook it up and have it compensate for this being turned off. It won't work. I'm not one to say that it can't be done. I'm just one to say that's my challenge. Show me free energy. Take it off, turn off the power supply, and have it still run. And yeah, see, I have two power supplies here. I've tried using the electricity generated from that pulse motor to run this power supply to then run that pulse motor. Doesn't work. flat out does not work. Because all you get is the LED display, and that's the extent that it will turn on. That's all you get. The lights. That's it. That's what this thing does, man. And it's so fun, man. It's the biggest, like, illuminator I've ever had the pleasure working with. Like, you got a flashlight, and then you got one of these. I'm hoping this Newman motor can, this style of motor can generate more electricity, or more stable electricity. I don't even know. This is a north-south arrangement, so there might be more stable electricity that can be used. This is all north. It matters. It matters a lot. You can't use all north. That's one thing that I'm beginning to like realize. You can light a light bulb with all north, but you can't do anything else with it. And when I mean all north, that means all south as well. Okay? All facing one way, you're going to have problems when you want to do something more than light a light bulb. Show me how it works. I've tried thousands of different things, and obviously if it works, I'm missing something very simple. And no, buy this, buy that, no. If it works at all, it'll work best with a direct connection, not all this crap in between it. And what we're trying to do for the longest time now is have that pulse motor run this one somehow. But I mean, even when you do a reed switch, the reed switch light, indicator light that it's working is pulsing. Therefore, it is not motor ready electricity that's coming through. It's pulsed electricity. Nothing runs on pulsed electricity. You have to convert it into stable electricity. Yeah, I'm talking about running your frickin' laptop with a Newman motor, this pulse motor over here. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, growing marijuana with your frickin' pulse motor, but we might do that too. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. Right now, all it is a light and an idea. This is a bright freaking light. You gotta know. I might hook that up in a live stream or another video. I'm can you run a standard pulse motor circuit with pulse motor energy? Let's see, you got your inlet from the other pulse motor, goes in to the positive side of the drive coil, out the other side to the collector of the transistor, and then you have your trigger coil that will trigger. See, I don't even know, like, because I couldn't get everything, it just, the power wouldn't flow. It wouldn't flow through the circuit. So I'm thinking that either the coil there and the magnets aren't strong enough to trigger it, which I think is bullshit. I don't know what's going on, really. And then all I can think of is that if it's pulsed from that pulse motor, it's going to be pulsed when it gets out of this thing. Straight up, man. If it goes in pulsed, it's coming out pulsed. And that's pretty much how capacitors work too. If it goes in pulsed, it's coming out pulsed. If I'm wrong about this, somebody tell me why in the comments. I'm just please. You know, and I don't want to. I don't want opinion. I don't want opinion. I'm not. This is all based on my experiments, and this is like almost between fact and truth. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that, like, literally over 1,000 experiments taking the power supply out of the equation ends up with nothing. And then, you know, at least 30 or 40 different ways of trying to get this pulse motor to run that one. Bubkiss. Nothing. And then I hooked it up in reverse. I don't know how good that is for the transistor, but I did it. And it was sparking. There was some arcing going on. But it drained. I mean, these lights are supposed to light up and then get dim as it drains. Light up as it is, and it's supposed to. They're supposed to be, if that's pulsing, doing what it's supposed to do. This is supposed to light up and get dim, light up, get dim, light up, get dim. That's what it's supposed to do. Unless the energy coming in is like well exceeding what's going out. In that case, that looks to be pretty dangerous. I mean, that's 20 capacitors right there. All right. Well, thank you very much. Peace out. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Bye now.